Hello, seventh grade students. This week we'll continue with our roots theme, actually this whole quarter, and we're going to think about how we can create a work of art based on your research. So your work of art now is this vector-based drawing of your interviewee. You're creating a vector-based digital portrait drawing of your interviewee using Google Drawings. December 4th, your midway progress was due, so you should be about halfway done right now. And now this week, you can work on finishing and wrapping up the digital drawing. We are actually going to add more to this vector-based drawing in terms of the background and connecting elements of what's important to this person using royalty-free photographs. And I'm going to teach you how to do that and use text later. And we're almost going to make this digital photo montage collage. And we're going to be using Photopea for that. But that's going to happen later. So right now, we're just focusing on this digital drawing. One thing I want to remind you is that when you turn in your digital drawing, I want you to turn in both the Google drawing, and you can turn that in for last week, the last week's drawing, which I already have if you've turned in last week's. And then I also want you to download as a PNG file. And I've got the directions right here for when you submit it. You need to say select, you need to select file, download, and then select PNG. Okay, so let's go to the digital drawing too. I wanted to just show you a couple of tips that I'm doing for my self-portrait right here and showing you how I'm working. Remember, you want it to be scaled exactly the size that you want. And I've got 2 copies of my photograph. I have done insert image and then uploaded from computer to put this photograph in. And remember, when you want to make a copy of anything, you can press Control-C or Control-V to copy and paste. Those are the shortcuts. Or you can right click. For a Chromebook, it's 2-finger click, and then you can do copy, and then you can go 2-finger click again, and then you can go down to paste. Okay? Remember, the order of your photograph needs to be in the back, okay? Because you're adding these shapes on top. And one big thing that you always need to remember that was also in the other tutorial that I gave you was you need to be making simple shapes. Now, you can also make this stylized. Like, my skin color doesn't have to be skin color. Maybe it could be green or blue or red or pink. You can totally stylize this, make it more kind of pop art. And you might actually also want to change like your edges and your border. So remember that too. So this is just my solid shapes that I'm starting to pull over. You can see how I've got the biggest shapes I've done first. The biggest head was that shape first. Now, there's tons of stuff I need to add on top of this, but I'm just going to go little step by step. For the hair even, I've got one big shape here, I've got another shadow shape here, and another shape here, and another shape up here. Now this one is even really hard to tell, so I could even make that darker. Remember, you select your shape, your fill color, and then you can make it darker. You can also push the plus button, and then you can custom a color. You can customize it a little bit better. Okay, so I could go down and add it and make it even darker. Can you see that? Kind of added that nicer value. But I was in the same hue family. You see that? When I go to custom here, I'm keeping the hue the same. I'm just moving my selection tool around so it can have a darker value, or it can have a lighter value, which would be more up here. Or I can make it more saturated with just that hue. Okay. The nice thing too about this is that when you go to this, you could see like the custom colors that I've made down here are all the colors that I'm using. So I can kind of see these are my skin colors and these are my hair colors. It kind of saves that. I would not limit your palette to just what's in here. That is just not going to work very well for you. You could also select a gradient of your custom colors as well. So if I wanted to make a gradient, you can do that. And remember, you can do different types of gradients. You can make it radial. You can make it come from the center, the left, all over. So that's something you could play with as well. Okay, I'm just going to do mine solid now. I'm not even going to really worry about that. You could see how you really need to look real close when you're doing your values and you're doing your shapes. Okay, there's one color for my face, which I could actually even make this one a little bit darker and then make my highlights a little bit brighter if I wanted to. So I'm going to go plus, and maybe I can make this one just go down a little bit darker like that. Okay, and then those highlights might start to pop up a little better. Okay, do you see that? Now there's actually one highlight here that can kind of go all the way across here if I want it. All right, that's kind of this shape here. But I think let's kind of take a look at like maybe there'd be a whole nother value, dark value right here, or at least a whole nother one on my cheek here. So let's say if I wanted to do that, pretend I'm going to do that right now. Remember, you can use the curve tool or the polyline tool. It's kind of up to you. And then here I go with making that shape right here. I'm just going to kind of make that shape right here real quick, just kind of right here. Remember, you need to make sure you fill the whole shape in. You connect your line and it makes it a shape. That fill color is not very good. I don't like that fill color. So maybe I'm going to do this color, and then I can also get it over there and then see what I like. So then I'm going to kind of move it over right here. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of keep adding these shapes over and over and over and over again. Maybe I am going to, this is actually even a little darker. So you know what? I might change that back to that color. And then I might change that one to that darker one I just made. Yeah, much better. And now maybe there's another shadow here. So you're just going to keep going with these shadows and these shapes. Okay, shadows, highlights, they're just shapes, okay? And you're going to add a lot of shapes. You're going to have a lot of these that you got to keep going and keep adding all over. And then you're just going to drag them and start filling all this in over here. Now, you could also, if you want to double check this, you could bring this forward. You can also make some of these maybe transparent. And you can actually change the opacity of these if you want. You can go to format options. Let's say, let's see if I could do, transparency. Can you see how I can kind of make the shapes transparent? Oh, that's a reflection transparent. I'm not sure. Maybe I can't make them transparent. Oh, I think you have to do that. Yeah, I can kind of make that transparent underneath, and then I can kind of figure out, okay, that's where I want to put this guy. Oh, and that's where I want to put this guy. Okay, so that might be what you want to do. Okay, until you can get your stuff selected. Does that make sense? So I know exactly where to put that that piece. Okay. All right, now I need to order that and put that. All right, now I need that shape over here. Where is that, the shape? Kind of finding it. I'm not digging that disappeared on me. Okay, I might have deleted that. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that reflection. Okay, and then you can actually make that fill transparent. Perfect. Now you can manipulate these and move them around where you think they want to go. And then, I'm wondering why I can't find that shape, my face shape. Well, maybe just scoot it off the side of your page. That's what I would do, actually, to solve that problem. Okay, scoot it off the side of your page because it's not coming back when I make it transparent. That's odd. Because the shape should still be there. Okay. I don't know. Something funny might be going on with my drawings. Okay, so you move them around, and then you can move that right on top and scale that right there. Okay, so see how I'm continuing to add these shapes, and then I'll share my final piece with you as well. Also, don't forget about your outlines. Maybe I want that to be like a lighter blue outline for that. I kind of like that. So you can see I'm starting simple shapes, simple shapes. Remember, when you're done and you want to save it, you can just backspace this, and also you want to backspace the photograph, and then you want to make this, select your whole drawing here and make it bigger and kind of center it, and then you're going to submit it. So you're going to submit this Google drawing, which you've already done, and it's updated it in the previous assignment, and then you want to go to File, and then you want to go to Download, and then you want that PNG. A PNG image is going to make sure the background's transparent, so then you can take it as a shape and select it on something else. Okay? I hope this helps you.